Hello everyone. So today we're going to be doing something a bit different from what we've been doing for a while. So for some time now I've been covering Adobe Character Animator, which is amazing. I love the software. I use it all the time. But there are certain animations that it's just way easier to do in certain softwares. In my own case, I use Blender. I use Blender for frame by frame animations. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, but not frame by frame. So the client contacted me and told me to make basically a viral video. I think the video has about 4 billion views, but he gave me a spec. He told me to make kind of an Indian character, just stereotypical video sort of. So an Indian character with an Indian face, and then his body is like his body should be robotic, like a robot's body with human head. And that should capture certain things, and some of those things I was unable to capture because of the turban. This is the turban, I think. Yes, the turban, and I was supposed to put a dot on his forehead, a red dot, the Indian red dot on his forehead and stuff like that. But I missed some of those things because of the okay. So I'm actually going to play this video because he requested a revision, so I'm going to be making a different video for him. So this video is basically I could publish it and it's not really much of a concern. So so I'm just going to give you what I did here. So initially, normally you're supposed to go through and do this frame by frame, which is very exhausting. It's usually dance moves, so you have to reference the dance and like try to frame it frame by frame it by hand and stuff like that. But I had limited time because he said he wanted this video done in 7 days. So there's an easy way that I normally this is like the hard way for certain people, but for me this is way easier than actually doing frame by frame, because frame by frame is really exhausting, especially if you want to get something like this. So what I normally do is I make the character in 3D. So this is something that you can find tutorials on all over the internet, especially for Blender. So I create the character, and then I toon shade the character. So I toon shade it. Normally 3D characters do not come flat like this, so I toon shaded the character, so gave it basically this kind of color. The same thing with the turban and the body and everything. I just added a bit of specular for it, which is something that you can do in toon shader. So boom, and I had this is actually 3D, so maybe I should make this more, I should come out of the camera. But if I come out of the camera, if you notice, this is actually 3D. The environment is 3D also. The fog in the background, because the background has this white fog and stuff like that, this is easily done with grease pencil. So I use grease pencil and I reduced the opacity and I duplicated it over and over like that behind each other. So that is how we're able to get this. If I go up, you will see the toon shader. I added water, but I'm not using that. So, and then the cloud is not actually cloud, it's just an image that I just rotated in different directions to actually make it look like it's in the background. It is actually in the background, but to make it so, I'm just going to play this video so that I don't ramble too much for too long. So let me go to my VLC, then I'm going to play it. I took it to Premiere Pro after I extracted the sequence, and I took it to Premiere Pro, and then I made it into a video. But then I now added what is it called, posterized. I posterized it to 12 frames per second, which is why it's a bit it's looking very cartoony kind of, which is what the guy was actually going for, so it's fine. So I'm just going to play this. Enjoy.
¡Ja! Bienvenidos a la cripta. Dame tu cosita, dame tu cosita, ay, dame tu cosita, dame tu cosita, ay, dame tu cosita, dame tu
Things I actually have to
cosita,
fix, but
dame tu cosita.
basically I said this, he was happy with it. But there are certain things that he wants me to change, like the face, like the turban and some other things. So
Dame tu
I'm going to be
cosita,
doing a separate video for me.
dame tu cosita, ay, dame tu cosita, dame tu cosita, ay, dame tu cosita.
Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Maybe eventually I'll be covering more in-depth tutorials about this, like going in depth. Actually, when I'm making it, then I'll actually do a tutorial about that, like I do for my Adobe Character Animator. I'm not going to stop doing Adobe Character Animator tutorials. So if that is what you came for, you could add this as added knowledge, because it's actually fun to create something like this. But that is basically it for now. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.